Head now for the starting lineups. First for the visiting Fanshawe Falcons. A 5'8" guard out of Chatham, Ontario, number 2, Jessica Jordan. A 5'11" guard out of Oakville, Ontario, number 3, Renee Matt. A 5'5" guard out of London, Ontario, number 8, Sydney Canelli. A 5'9" combo guard out of London, Ontario, number 12, Allison Cotton. And a 6-foot forward out of Caledonia, Ontario, number 22, Grace Shea. The head coach for the Fanshawe Falcons is Bill Carrier. And now, the starting lineup for your Humber Hawks, as put together by head coach AJ Sharma. A 5'8" guard out of Etobicoke, Ontario, number 7, Nicole Chateau. A 5'6" shooting guard out of Toronto, Ontario, number 8, Kia Watts. A 5'7" guard out of Mississauga, Ontario, number 15, Sarah Betty. A 5'9" shooting guard out of Brampton, Ontario, number 22, Marley. And a 5'9" guard out of Hamilton, Ontario, number 23, Kaya Clark.
Matt, no surprise in the starting lineup for the Humber Hawks. The 5 usual suspects out there starting, but what is surprising, Sam Nadio without her walking boots, so she could be coming back to play sometime soon, hopefully.
Yeah, good to see maybe perhaps some progress, some visual progress in her injury recovery. And a moments away from tip-off here, Andrew. You got Humber in the all-white uniforms. Looking pretty crisp, not to be outdone by the black and red of Fanshawe. A battle of the birds today,
yes.
Andrew. Hawks versus Falcons.
It's just a matter of which bird of prey is going to come up superior this afternoon.
All right, about to take flight.
Tip off goes to Chateau. Bapti in first possession here, passes it off.
And Sarah Bapti in the Hawks' first home game of 2023 was outstanding. Number 15 for the Hawks in a quick bucket.
Yeah, Bapti not as offensively successful maybe as she was last season, but starting to find her way here. Having a bit of a harder time without some of the insulation, the rest of that starting lineup. Ball going all around there in the paint for Fanshawe, but finally finding a way in, and they're playing full court press against the Hawks.
Andrew Humber is number 1 in the OCAA in overall rebounds and number 1 in offensive rebounds. And Fanshawe's number 2 in the province in those offensive rebounds. Talking to Coach Bill Carrier, he's saying, hey, that's a big point of emphasis. The rebound aspect of the game is like a war. We'll see that here today.
Yeah, whoever wins that rebounding battle is a certain advantage here of winning the game. You could say that for a lot of things, but rebounding especially is important. 3-pointer there for the Hawks.
Outstanding. So
5-2 Humber leads early. Fanshawe looking for an answer. Hook shot, no good. Bonnick fighting for that rebound, comes up with it.
So Allison Cotton had the first bucket of the game for Fanshawe, unsuccessful on bucket number 2, and another 3 from Humber.
Kai Clark coming up big there for the Hawks, and 8-2 already, so the Hawks rolling in the early minute and a half here at the Hawks Nest. Errant pass there by the Falcons. It's going to go the other way to the Hawks.
In the hands of the aforementioned head coach of the Fanshawe squad, Bill Carrier, in his 17th year with the program. For Humber, it's 11th year head coach A.J. Sharma, one of the greats in the conversation of Humber coaching personnel.
Of course, led this team to 2 national championships in 2016, 2018. Looking for number 3 this year. Kai Clark shoots it out. Bapti comes up with it. Chateau thought about for 3, goes inside. Hooks, puts it up. Bit of an ugly shot. Picked up there by Bapti, whistle blown. And it's going to stay Humber ball. Only 2.7 left on the shot clock, so they're going to have to get something done in a hurry.
The Hawks have put up almost 10 points in less than 2 minutes. A good offensive start. They hang on to the ball here.
Chateau's shot is up, in and out, no good. Fanshawe coming up with that rebound. Coming quickly up the court. Pass off inside. Fouled under the hoop. That was number 22, Grace Shea. And she's going to take 2 from the line.
Yeah, the 6-foot forward for the Falcons, Grace Shea. Good look inside. She's in her 3rd year in OCAA basketball.
One of only 2 6-footers listed here today, the other being Humber's the Darkwa, Immaculata Darkwa. Bonnet coming up with that one again, yeah. Humber quickly the other way, Bapti inside, that's good. Bapti getting her first field goal, her first points of the night. Of the afternoon, excuse me. Shot is up by Jessica Jordan, that's good.
So Fanshawe obviously has a work cut out for them here, facing an undefeated team that's right up there in the national rankings. Great pass there by Bonnick to Clark.
Excuse me, before that was Renee Matt getting that basket. Fanshawe getting ready to make a substitution here. Michaela Howard getting ready to check in.
Now, Andrew, for Fanshawe, they're coming off a loss on Wednesday to Lambton, losing to the Lions 65-57. But before that, starting off the new year with the win against St. Clair, although already looking like a bit of an uphill battle to try and get a win here today, as the Hawks off to a real hot start here, partner.
Yeah, already a 3-possession game, just 3 minutes into this ball game. Nice inside pass, shot is up, that rolls into the hoop. Another one there by Grace Shea.
Yeah, Grace Shea, the tall player for the Falcons, off to a good start. That could be something for the Hawks to look out for. She continues to heat up.
And you better believe that given her length, given that height, and Humber's rebounding ability, she's got to be one of the players that Humber's kind of circled before this game to keep an eye on. It's going to be an interesting battle between her and Kaya Clark on the inside. We see it right here. She puts up a shot, no good. Bapti coming up with that rebound, was trapped. She's going to pass it off to Bapti. Kia Watt, inside pass looking for Kaya Clark, that's tipped away. Excuse me, that was for Bonnick, but now Clark takes a shot she missed.
Yeah, we've seen a few passes for Humber in the offensive end get deflected, some ill-advised passes, but they're getting good bounces. They end up recovering a lot of these errant passes off of deflection off Fanshawe players. So far hasn't really been biting Humber, but that could really be something that's important to clean up here. A couple subs coming in here, Andrew.
Yeah, usually with mistakes like that, you tend to only get away with those for so long, right?
Yeah.
So, and usually stuff like that tends to balance out throughout the course of the game. So watch out for a few of those plays to go Fanshawe's way later as this game goes on. Humber back on attack.
Yeah, nice inbound pass from English to Bapti.
Nice no-look pass by Kia Watt. Basket no good. English comes up with it. English taking a shot. That's good. This is by Sydney Crawford.
Yeah, good looking jumper. Hawks up 16-7 now.
Going inside, just a little too long on that shot. Wareham coming up with it. Crawford once again inside to Bapti. Nice little move to free herself up, and she gets the open space for the bucket.
Love that. Crawford to Bapti, and Bapti's got possession once again.
That's going to be a jump ball. Great effort there by Sarah Bapti to fight for that loose ball.
And last time we saw Sarah Bapti at home, it was against the Conestoga Condors on Wednesday, the 11th of January, and I'll tell you what, she was my unofficial player of the game for Humber. She was really battling hard, and looks like that's really a pretty consistent part of her game. Bapti working hard for the Hawks here so far this afternoon.
Yeah, that's really been her calling card, especially that way she plays on defense, kind of that hard-nosed edges she comes up with. She's really athletic too.
I like to think of myself as the Sarah Bapti of the broadcasting game. Just nobody's going to outwork me.
Would not disagree with that. No one works harder than you, Matt Hamill.
Just
whistle blown. It's going to be a 3-second violation.
English spent a little too much time in the key that possession, according to the official. Still hanging on to a double-digit lead, the Hawks are 5 minutes into the game.
Yeah, halfway through this first quarter. Fanshawe in possession. Going inside, passed off. Tough shot, but it's good.
Allison Cotton with a fantastic shot off the glass, but right back the other way. There's English.
Fanshaw's going to take a timeout here, and can't really think of a better time as Fanshaw's really kind of starting to get run out of the building here.
Hot start for the Hawks. I mean, anytime you put up 20, let's do the math here, Andrew. What are we on pace for the Hawks? 40 a quarter, 160 points the Hawks are on pace for offensively.
Just a tad under that. I don't know if that's so sustainable.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say they don't sustain this pace, but obviously that's playing into the decision from head coach Bill Carrier to call that timeout and slow things down. We'll see if that works for his squad out of the timeout, or maybe Humber just kind of keeps up with the pace of play we've been seeing so far. Good job coaching by AJ Sharma we see on camera there.
Yeah, no kidding. I think it might take a little bit more than just one timeout to stop this Humber team from rolling, but you got to do what you can from the Fanshawe perspective, right? Let's look at the Humber huddle right now. Things look pretty calm, pretty cool, pretty collected in there. You can easily see why they're having their way in the scoreboard. Up by 4 possessions as we get ready to finish this timeout. Players take the court.
Andrew, coming up at halftime, we'll have Dwayne Bowles here in the gymnasium. We'll be doing a tribute, an announcement to Humber's national champions from the fall season. Of course, Humber's men and women's golf teams winning the national championship, and men's soccer. They will be honored at halftime here at the Hawks Nest.
Yeah, that men's soccer team especially really been such a dynasty here for this school. Winning, was it 7 of the last 10 national titles or something like that? Absolutely incredible.
Just one of many Humber Hawks sports teams with a sort of dynasty situation, athletic excellence. Shot by Crawford is rebounded by the Falcons. Good move.
Nice job. Yeah, great job there by Michaela Howard finding space underneath the hoop for the basket.
Bapti directing traffic.
Back to a 3-possession game. English shoots it up for 3. That's good.
Ooh. Great looking possession there for the Hawks. Not wasting any time either. Quick 3 from English.
And Humber up the full 4 possessions for the first time this ball game. Long 2, and that one rattles in.
Big possession for the Falcons. I mean, they came out of that timeout with a nice shot from Cotton. But I'll tell you what, a good response there on the second possession.
Wareham almost had that ball stripped, but she manages to find a way to get through the hoop. Humber back up by 12. Fanshawe looking for the answer, trying to cut into this lead. Hawks playing some good defense. Shot clock running down, it's at 8.
Fanshawe scored in their last 2 possessions, but not this time.
Kiowa coming up with the steal. Long pass for English, and an easy bucket for her.
Brittany English is going to work here so far. She's got 9 points early in the game here. Leading the way for Humber with that 9 points.
Absolutely incredible. She came into this game as a sub.
Deep 3.
No good. Good defense there by the Hawks. Once again, Kiowa coming up court. Almost had that ball stripped. Came up with it. Does end up getting stripped. Under the basket, Howard, and another easy bucket for her. 27-15 the score. Humber still up 4 possessions.
Kayla Howard with 4 points in quick succession here, but Brittany English, number 4 for the Hawks, continues here, Andrew, with the outstanding offensive play.
Yeah, another field goal, 11 on the afternoon for her. Just a few minutes of play. Bit of a weird shot there, did not look good. Kia Watt trying to weave her way through traffic, goes to the outside.
Tight defense from Howard.
Looks for English, pass out to the corner for Crawford, 3-pointers up, and that's good.
Sydney Crawford. A couple of offensive players here for Humber have really been shining early in the game, and boy, it would be a pretty tough team to defeat if they can keep up this intensity. 32 points in the first quarter, and we're not even that close to being done.
Personal foul number 1. Team foul.
Got a replay coming up here, Andrew, with some of the outstanding work from Brittany English.
Yeah, Kiowa getting that pass to her, and then an easy bucket underneath the hoop for English. Just 2 of many for Brittany English along the way here. Looking absolutely incredible. One of her first few games back from not being on the squad. And now she's back for the second semester.
Now, Andrew, timeout called once again. The Hawks up 32-15, but it doesn't really seem like there's that much of a disparity. Fanshawe does appear to be playing pretty fluidly offensively. I think it's just a matter of that rebound battle. Humber certainly has an edge there so far, but this game is a lot more blowout than you would expect. It seems like they're playing at a similar level so far. But
yeah, especially considering where these two teams are in the standings, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, that Humber defense has been a tough one for Fanshawe to kind of get through. And on the other end, it seems like Humber's making all their shots.
I think that is a good point, Andrew. You've seen a lot of balls downtown from Humber. English, you just saw Crawford with that corner 3, and that's a good way to create some separation and have a nice, comfortable 17-point cushion late in the first quarter.
And of course, with those 3-point shots, you know, you go hot and cold in those categories, but Humber scorching hot from beyond the arc this afternoon so far.
Well, we did talk about that pre-game, that 3-point proficiency by the Hawks.
Look how quickly those Hawks close up defensively. Kaya Clark was right on her player there, gave Michaela Howard no time or space down low.
And after Humber was called for 3 seconds in the key, you hear a couple players on Humber's bench calling for Fanshawe to be charged with the 3 in the key violation, but to no avail that time. Fanshawe gets the bucket.
Humber up 15, that's a 5-possession game. Kaya Clark working inside, yes. That's good on 2 defenders.
Yeah, good work by Kaya Clark, one of those leading scorers for the Hawks.
45 seconds left in the quarter. Fanshawe puts up a shot, that's good. Back within 15.
You know, Andrew, Kaya Clark isn't one of the leading scorers for the Hawks. She is the leading scorer for the Hawks. She averages just under 16 points per game. Looking good so far tonight with just 1 bucket. Pardon me, she has 9 already. It's Bonnick who only has a single bucket so far.
Under 20 seconds left to go. 3-pointer by Fanshawe, that was an air ball. We'll try it again, no, going inside. Player fouled on her way to the hoop. She'll shoot 2 at the line, 10.3 left to go in the quarter.
Renee Matt by way of Oakville, Ontario. Shout out to my hometown. Renee Matt by way of White Oaks High School, just off of 6th line, Trafalgar Road. Am I getting too Oakville specific here with my color commentary?
I thought we had Oakville trivia coming up next.
Oh yeah, oh that's in the second, yeah, okay, I'll save that for the second quarter.
We got to stretch out that content, you know. Here comes Humber the other way.
Great pass by Bapti, who gets the ball back.
5 seconds. English jacks it up. No, that one rolled out. Bonnick last second shot, that's good, and that's gonna count.
Marley Bonnick with her second bucket of the game, and that was the buzzer beater, and that will help Humber reestablish a 16-point lead heading into the first intermission.
A 6-possession game here in the Hawks' Nest, and really it's been all Humber early on.
You're good at these possession calculations here. Look at the math wizard over here. But let's take a look at some of those key plays. Brittany English, one of those shining stars for the Hawks in quarter number 1.
And that last putback there by Marley Bonnick, putting Humber back up by 6 possessions rather, 16 points. Yeah, I like the way things are going now. If you're a Hawks fan, here we had a look at the Humber huddle there. I don't think AJ Sharman's got too much to be disappointed about, if anything at all. We saw.
Doesn't look too busy in that huddle either.
Yeah.
He's just saying, hey, keep doing what you're doing is maybe the vibe right now. Now there he is.
Yeah, not too many scribbles on that whiteboard, but I mean, hey, like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right?
That certainly would be the wisdom. As we get a good look at some of the stats, we talked about Brittany English really doing some excellent work off the bench. She leads the Humber Hawks with 11 points. Right behind her is Kaya Clark. She's got 9. And Kia Watt contributing 3. So it's been certainly a pretty good look. But rebound-wise, the Hawks with 10 and Fanshawe with 9. So pretty close in that regard. But I think it's just a matter of the difference here, like you touched on, Andrew, is really the shooting accuracy. Humber has drained a number of threes and a lot of easy layups going in for Humber as well. That's been the difference.
And each team's getting a lot of offensive rebounds as well, so they're not afraid to crash that offensive glass. My favorite stat, though, Brittany English, 5 field goals in just 6 minutes of play. Red hot there as we got to look at her on the bench.
Yeah, she is 5 for 6 on her field goals here today, and quarter number 2 is underway.
1 for 2 from deep as well. Majority of the starters out there for the Hawks. Marley Bonnick looking for a lane inside, floats it up, and that's good. Made that one look effortless. 38 points now for the Humber Hawks. It's going to be a traveling violation against Fanshawe. Ball will go to the other way to Humber.
Humber not taking a single free throw in that first quarter. Andrew, replay coming up here.
Yeah, we're gonna get another look at that last shot there by Kaya Clark. That nice little finger roll. Nice little move to get around her defender.
Marley Bonnick cooking inside. Marley Bonnick, one of my favorite players to watch in the OCAA. She has such good footwork, and she just gets in tight. And obviously a good rebounder as well, but just very skilled and definitely puts in a lot of work in the gym. And it's a turnover here, right to Fanshawe.
Another easy bucket there for the Fanshawe Falcons. That was Allison Cotton. Oh, that one going off the foot of Maisel Del Mundo. Ball's going to go the other way to Fanshawe. Bit of an unforced error there.
Back-to-back unforced errors as Fanshawe with some momentum here. A little window of opportunity to turn the tide here at the start of the second quarter after a first quarter that was all Humber.
Whistle blown. I believe that was a foul underneath the hoop. It's on Del Mundo. Fanshawe working on attack. Name that.
Good defense by Humber. Really not much open. Good drive there and earning 2 foul shots.
Yeah, just enough space there to get that shot up, and then Humber tried to close out but couldn't do it cleanly. It's going to be Kia Watt's first foul of the game. First shot no good off the front of the rim.
So Sydney Kendellen with another opportunity here And the free throw is no good, missing both, Andrew.
0 for 2 from the line. Lucky break there for the Hawks. Now they're back on attack. Clark's Kiowat wide open from 3.
Ooh.
There was a pot of gold at the end of that rainbow.
That was Archer. You said it, partner. That thing was a moonshot. Good shooter's bounce, and 3 more for the Hawks.
Player stuck in the paint, passed it out.
Good defense by Chateau.
Jordan looking for an inside lane, turns around, passed it out. Renee Matt puts up a shot, no good. She comes up with her own rebound though. Whistle blown.
And a whistle blown. A little bit of a discussion happening here. There's a replay of that lucky bounce, or hey, you know, maybe not so lucky. Maybe that's just.
You gotta be good to be lucky, and you gotta be lucky to be good, right?
I was trying to think of that expression, but I blanked, so I just failed. But thank you for saving the day. That's synergy, brother.
Yeah, there we go. Working on that same wavelength. Shot clock rained down for the Falcons. Inside, no good. Rebound snatched up by Marley Bonnick.
Strong rebound there.
Coming the other way, looking for a lane.
Ooh.
Turns around.
Let's go.
Very nice shot there. Marley Bonnick, number 22. 43-22, Humber almost doubling up Fanshawe. It's been kind of a pattern here all game so far.
Now, Andrew, these two teams did meet earlier in the season. Humber picking up the victory on November 5th. 66-50 was the final score, so a 16-point margin of victory, but you get the sense it could be a much larger margin of victory if the Hawks keep up the play here, but Kaya Clark will turn it over there with a travel violation. Okay, Oakville trivia. No Oakville trivia.
Shot from just inside the foul line. That's good.
What mayor of Oakville also was the proprietor of YTV, the popular children's channel?
Is that so? That was actually the case.
Yeah, Rob Burton.
Wow. Okay.
0 for 1 for Andrew on Oakville trivia. We will return on.
I need to study up. Whistle blown. It's gonna be a foul. It's gonna be on Sidney Crawford.
Personal foul number 2, team foul number 3.
Humber already with their 3rd team foul, so they got to be careful here. Not even 3 minutes into this quarter. Double dribble.
Andrew, a famous Olympic kayaker, gold medalist kayaker from Oakville. His name is Adam Van Couverden. Sorry.
I knew that one. Oops.
Last one, world famous Canadian sprinter who took residence in Oakville for a number of years.
This is a recent sprinter?
No.
No?
Famous sprinter.
I don't know, Ben Johnson.
Mr. Donovan Bailey.
Oh, Donovan? Okay, that would have been my second guess.
And that concludes
count?
Oakville trivia for today. As
Come back next week.
Watt picks up the foul, and now Humber finally shooting some free throws here, Andrew.
First time of the game, better late than never, I suppose.
Personal foul number 1, team foul number 2. To line number 8, Kia Watt.
And not
Misses
gonna
her
convert.
first.
Yeah. Seen a couple missed free throws here from both teams collectively today.
Again, misses. Fanshawe quickly the other way. Puts up a shot. Yes.
Yeah, Bapti did her best hustling back for Humber on defense, but that was just a strong charge, and 2 for the Falcons.
Bapti backs up. Wareham with it.
Humber's lead still at 17 points right now. Bapti with the rock.
Nice inside pass to Chateau. Yes, that finds its way down the bottom of the well. Humber up by 19 once again.
And Nicole Chateau with her first bucket of the game.
Usually known as more of a three-point shooter here for the Hawks, but getting it done down low. No good there by Renee Matt.
Good rebound by Bonnick.
Bapti kicks it out to Kia Watt for three. Yes!
Just a beautiful offensive possession for Humber. The rebound by Bonnick, up to Bapti, over to Watt. Just great movement. The rhythm was there, Andrew, and a nice three ball to show for it.
Yeah, a little tic-tac-toe. We're gonna get a replay here. The last bucket there by Kia Watt.
No look pass from Bapti, all kinds of space for Watt. And boom goes the dynamite, as they say in sports television.
As they all say. First foul shot is good. She'll have one more. 2 for 2. Here comes Sarah Bapti. Kai Clark, Tasia Wareham trying to find space down low. Pass it off to Kia Watt, and that's good.
Humber's offense really just seems undeniable right now, and you wonder what kind of adjustments Fanshawe can make to start to slow things down.
Shot from around the foul line, that's good. And a lot of selfless play from that Humber offense, you know, kind of just looking for that open man, that open player. And if you play with that mentality, you're gonna have a lot of success on offense.
Yeah, and I guess that's that good culture that's really led to this dynastic effect of Humber. They've been so good in the women's basketball department here under the guidance of AJ Sharma, and I think you hit it on the head there. It's really just kind of the kind of team you'd like to play on. You're not really getting the sense of any selfishness, great distribution of the ball. Everybody getting in on the action here so far.
Yeah, you look at some of the players' offensive stats, say, well, like Kaya Clark scoring, you know, around 16 points a game. It seems a little low, but then you see, you know, the numbers in context. You're like, well, it's actually like they probably could give her more if they wanted to. But I mean, when you have this, you know, wealth of talent, why not? Sarah Bapti for three, that's good. Speaking of the wealth of talent on this squad.
Yeah, you look at the top scorers in OCAA basketball, and Humber, only their best player is in the 9th spot in the province. Kaya Clark averaging 15.9 points per game as 9th in the province. So you really would expect to see Humber, one of the best teams in the country, with one of those players maybe in the top 1 or 2 in scoring. But it's just such a style of play for Humber where the ball's getting distributed and really not one player gets a chance to run away with the scoring, and that's really an advantage for Humber. So many players that can get it done.
Strength in numbers. Fanshawe only 10 seconds left on that shot clock, trying to get something to go here. Puts it up, blocked there by Sarah Bapti. Great job. Foul called against her, or excuse me, the player on her, I should say.
Humber looking like they're going to breeze through the century mark. 55 points and just about 4 minutes left in the first half. Unreal.
Yeah, not the scoreline we were expecting coming into this one, but Humber running on all cylinders here. Bapti's pass picked off. Fanshawe comes the other way. Whistle blown, ball was out of bounds. It's gonna be Humber ball.
The Humber Hawks women's team firing on all cylinders here on a Saturday afternoon.
Watt lost the ball there, picked off. On her way to the basket with no one there, but she can't make it. Spears couldn't get it in.
Bapti and Wareham coming together for 2 big defensive plays. Bapti rushing back, although Fanshawe ultimately scoring, but nothing coming easy for the Falcons. Give credit to Wareham for that nice block earlier in the sequence.
3 minutes left to go in the first half. Kiwa top the key, passes it up. Bapti was freed up. Her player guarding her fell down. Wareham's shot just a little too strong there, bounces out.
Yeah, that was Shanti Senton who hit the deck for the Falcons. Glad to see she's back on her feet. Okay.
Rebound batted to Tasia Wareham. Out of bounds. Looks like it's going to stay Humber ball. It
Good.
will, and
Yeah.
English to inbound it.
Good active hands by Sydney Candela to slow the play down. But you said it will still be Humber ball.
Fanshawe to take a timeout here.
Let's take another look, Andrew, at some of the great work of Kiawat.
That shot created there by Tasia Wareham, really fighting for that space down low, really absorbed all that contact. And Kia was free there to put up that shot and get it in.
There's a look at Humber's huddle. Andrew, I would imagine, like we talked about earlier in that first quarter, what is Coach Sharma saying to his squad? Probably not deviating too much from the game plan that they drew up off the start, because it is working. Things going well for the Hawks. Up now by 23. And so far, 2023, the year off to a good start for the Hawks, just as the fall season was. Humber on the year 10-0 so far. And no team is really even close. When you talk about Humber scoring 782 points this season, the next best team is scored 100 points less, the Lambton Lions.
Wow.
They're 8-2. So Humber has been dominating the province offensively, and they will no doubt be looking to keep up that kind of play as they eyeball on another provincial championship somewhere down the line.
Yeah, them and Algonquin, the last two undefeated teams left in this OCAA women's division. Algonquin, of course, in that East division, so they would not see each other until the playoffs. Certainly building up to be a potential final. Ball tipped out of bounds. It's going to stay Humber ball with only 11 seconds left on the shot clock, though.
Maisel Del Mundo into the game for Humber, and Sarah Baptiste, a hard worker, gets a well-deserved rest.
Kiawat found some space, quickly closed up though. Trapped underneath the hoop. Whistle blowing, and she's going to get called for traveling.
Yeah, well, thought maybe we were getting close to a jump ball call, but Watt losing her footing and taking a couple steps there.
Good job there by Fanshawe to kind of set that trap down low. A couple players falling by the foul line. Doesn't matter for Fanshawe to get that shot in. 2 minutes left to go in the first half.
Got number 22 for Humber and number 22 for the Falcons getting tied up there. As Bonnick and Grace Shea both appear to be okay.
Kiawat trying to make that an 8-possession game, can't do it. Fanshawe the other way. A lot of contact there beneath the hoop. But Renee Matt's going to get called for traveling.
Saved by the travel. Looked like, yeah, Tasia Wareham might have been picking up a foul there if that play continued, but travel came first.
Humber back on the attack.
See if Marley Bonnick is going to put that footwork in action here. Working hard, but came up empty on that offensive drive.
Fanshawe now the other way. Renee Matt looking for the pass down low to Grace Shea, was tipped away by Marley Bonnick.
Minute 25 left in the first half.
Tough shot there, no good. Fanshawe working for that one there. Once again, we talked about those offensive rebounds and that working there. Really earning that basket.
1 minute, 5 seconds on the official game clock here in the gymnasium.
Fanshawe player almost lost the ball there coming up court. 3-pointers up, no good, bounces off.
Good looking shot from way downtown, but no good.
Yeah, she was open. English to Bonnick. Del Mundo, corner three, no. Tasia Wareham fighting for that one, can't come up with it though. 40 seconds left to go.
Just great fight and effort from this Humber Hawks team. Something that's really punctuated their 10-0 season thus far is just tremendous effort.
Great steal there, Marley Bonnick. Almost given away though, Del Mundo couldn't come up with it. 25 seconds left.
Game's getting a little scrappy here the past few minutes. Lots of turnovers and more. Once again, number 22s from both teams getting tangled up. Bonnet quick to her feet, but Grace Shea taking a little bit longer to get up. So things have kind of grinded down to a bit of a slower pace of play here. Humber had 55 points. It's been sitting in that range for quite some time. Not a lot of offense from Humber in the past 3 minutes, 4 minutes.
Yeah, you mentioned before how they looked like they were going to blow by that century mark, and of course
No,
their
I'm
paces.
not so sure.
Yeah, their paces come down dramatically.
Which we expected.
Not a lot of scoring from either side really these last few minutes.
Interesting kind of change in momentum. A couple seconds left here, Andrew.
Kiawat lost it. Out of bounds. 1.3 seconds left to go. Let's see what Fanshawe can do with this short amount of time. It's going to have to be a quick shot. Probably a 3 if I had to gamble.
Yeah, 1.3. Not a lot of time to get cooking here.
Just enough time to catch and shoot.
Jessica Jordan will be inbounding it for the Falcons.
They ran out of time there. A little bit too elaborate there on that play. So we're going to take a quick break here.
And will be
It's now time for the OCAA Shoot for Cash.
Okay, we'll take a quick break, but join us in about 15 minutes or so for the second half of this one. It's going to be exciting. Don't miss it. Hello and welcome back to the Hawks Nest here for this matchup between the Humber Hawks and the Fanshawe Falcons. Andrew Melani and Matt Hamill on the call. And Matt, really we thought this game was going to start as this game was kind of starting as a bit of a track meet where it was just a lot of offense, a lot of back and forth, but really in the last 4 minutes of this of that second quarter, things really started to slow down.
Slowed down for Humber indeed. I think we mentioned the Hawks had about 55 points with just under 4 minutes to go in the half. Humber really had no offense in the last few minutes there, but Fanshawe, with that window of opportunity, didn't have much scoring of their own. Brittany English has been one bright spot for the Hawks. She's been reintroduced into the lineup after injury earlier in the year. A fifth-year player for the Hawks who so far has 11 points on the night. Actually, Andrew, interesting. 3 players for Humber tied, leading the team with 11 points. Kaya Clark and Kia Watt also with 11, but Brittany English has been very strong for the Hawks off the bench.
Absolutely, especially in that first quarter with all of her 11 points coming there and none in the second. Nicole Chateau getting us started here in the second half.
Beautiful, beautiful play by Chateau, and that'll get Humber's offense going, and that's certainly what the Hawks would like to see here in quarter number 3 after a pretty slow finish in the first half.
Allison Cotton lost it there. Kia Watt coming up with it. Almost with a breakaway of the hoop. Pass it off to Sarah Baptiste. A little too strong on that one. Was met with some defensive resistance. Basket no good.
Yeah, great play by Kia Watt, though, to slow things down and make that good pass. Just no finish that time.
Pass to the outside. Looking for some space around Nicole Chateau. Open three-point attempt here. That's good. Found the bottom of the well.
First 3-point made of the game. Fanshawe now 1 for 4 from beyond the arc. The Hawks, much different story, 7 for 13 from beyond the arc, and that's been a difference maker as the Hawks hang on to an 18-point lead here.
When you're operating from over 50% from 3, you're going to put up a lot of points.
Gonna have a good time.
Yeah. Another three-pointer attempt by Fanshawe. No good this time. Baptiste coming up with that rebound, coming up court. Turns around. Hands it off to Nicole Chateau. A little flip pass there, no good. Chateau getting her own rebound. Turnaround floater.
Oh,
that's good off the glass.
Nicole Chateau's couple buckets here early in the third quarter. She's getting going offensively. She now has 6 points on the day.
Another shot there by Fanshawe, no good. Bonnick taking her time to collect that rebound. Throws it to Kiwa on the side, going inside, no good. It's met by 3 Fanshawe players underneath the hoop. Some good defense there by the Falcons.
Kia Watt takes a spill there, and she's all smiles after she gets up. It's still going to be Humber ball. Humber up by a nice even 20 points.
Give it to Bonnick. Kicks it out to the outside to Chateau.
Kind of looked like she was thinking about that 3-ball from way downtown.
I'll be a bet those Fanshawe defenders are going to be watching her now from outside. It's going to stay Humber ball, but only 2.1 seconds left to work with. Time for a little play here. Can get a little bit of motion going. Inside to Bonnick, puts it up. She gets fouled. And that play worked to perfection for the Hawks.
The foul is on number 3, Renee Matt. Personal foul number 1, a team foul for 1.
First foul by either team this quarter.
Nice
Clark's
first free throw from Kaya.
Yeah, first shot good.
Looks like Humber's offense getting back in gear after a fairly kind of messy end to that half, Andrew. It was a lot of turnovers, a lot of players hitting the deck and jump balls, and looks like we have some better rhythmic basketball here in half number 2.
Yeah, very disorganized, especially on the offensive end to finish off that first half, but appears that these Humber players have kind of collected things and we're ready to go here for that second half.
Yeah, back in the New York groove. Who sang that one, Andrew? You're a classic rock fan. Back in the New York. Kiss?
Is it Kiss? I don't know. I'm not really much of a Kiss fan. Baptiste to Watt. She's guarded tightly at the top of the key. Clark turnaround, puts it up. That one spilled out. Come back the other way are the Falcons. Michaela Howard looking for an outlet, guarded by Bapti. Pass it off to Kendallin. Whistle blown. Still waiting on a call. We'll get a replay here.
Yeah, this is a play by Allison Cotton of the Falcons. You see number 12 coming into the picture here. Maybe not. Ace Freely back in the New York group. So in the KISS universe, of course.
The KISS cinematic universe. Plenty of space there. Bapti looks to close it out, though, and she does. Some good defense. Quick whistle there on the foul. Frustrated Sydney Kendallin. But it's going to go against Grace Shea. Already Fanshaw's second team foul this quarter.
And so Shea will check out, and Taya Spears into the game for Fanshawe. Spears, a third-year OCAA basketball player.
Bonnick tried to go inside, but plenty of Fanshawe players trying to meet her down low there. They know what the playbook is with her.
So Humber still with that 20-point lead, Andrew, and you got to wonder if that's just going to be the dynamic we see for the rest of this game. Just Humber able to hang on to this comfortable lead and hopefully pick up their 11th win of the season. Looking to go 11-0 as Bonnick hits the turf.
Yeah, they had that offensive role before, and they're just trying to put the brakes on, especially on the Fanshawe, and just trying to play that lockdown defense, trying to win this game. Bapti kicks it out to Crawford for three, too strong.
Wide open look that time for Sydney Crawford.
Bonnick, great steal. She loses it, though, almost immediately. Bapti guarding beneath the hoop. More great defense by her to prevent that basket.
And Humber's bench in an uproar after that no call. A bit of an over-the-top rebounding situation. Quick three from Clark.
No good. Crawford fighting down low, grabbing that rebound. A little too strong in that. Trying to fight for that rebound again. Almost came up with it, but tossed it out of bounds by accident.
Another one of those high-effort plays from Sydney Crawford. We're used to seeing that time not able to corral the ball, but good fight nonetheless. And it feels like we're starting to get towards that style of play we saw late in the first half there, where things are kind of slowing down offensively.
Game's quickly turning into a tight defensive battle. Kiwat, Brittany English going inside. She's going to get called for the travel. Took a few too many steps on her way to the hoop.
Brittany English, one of two 5-year players on the Hawks. So when you look at a player like Brittany English and Kaya Clark, two players who have lots of experience, kind of leading the way for this dominant Humber Hawks team so far. Number one team in the province halfway through the season.
And two key cogs in this machine. English quickly up the other way, trying to weave around her defender. Lost the ball in their legs. Fanshawe coming the other way. Howard, yes.
Kayla Howard adding to her point total. Now with 8 points on the afternoon.
So a long way to go for Fanshawe here, down 18. That's 6 possessions. Humber just hasn't been able to get things going offensively like they have early in that game in the first 15 minutes or so. Only about 6 points scored in the last 10 or so minutes of play.
Good movement from Humber.
Kiawat's shot, no good. Tipped out of bounds by the Falcons. It's going to be an inbounds play here for the Hawks.
And coming back into the game for the Falcons, Sydney Kendellen, a three-pointer specialist for the Fanshawe team. But lots of time to work with here. 14 seconds on the shot clock.
Foul called immediately there as English tried to put up a shot there. Hit the bottom of the hoop, but she'll shoot two.
Chance to make both of these and get her team back up to that 20-point lead. Although we've seen a few missed free throws from a couple players here tonight. See if English is dialed in.
Makes the first.
How's your free throw shooting, Andrew?
Not great.
Not great, yeah.
How about yours?
Not bad.
Not bad?
Yeah, I like this. You know, especially going to Humber back in the day, come in the gym and after a workout and take a couple of those, work on those free throws. You never know when you might get a call from Coach Sharma.
No good on that basket there, and we'll see a couple more free throws.
Now, my basketball career ended in grade 8.
That was your peak of your
Holy
basketball
Family
career?
Elementary School in Oakville, Ontario. Yeah. Andrew, I was this height, 6'1", when I was in grade 6.
Really?
So once everybody else started catching up, all of a sudden this height advantage was no longer such a thing I could hang my hat on,
That's where you got to find other tricks.
Cotton's second free throw, no good, and it's going to remain Fanshawe ball here.
Just under 4 minutes left to play in the third. Humber nursing a similar lead as we've seen really since the start of the second quarter.
Now, Andrew, they just overturned that call, so Humber would be the team that getting to inbound the ball.
English, handoff to Crawford, pass off to Wareham. Good ball movement here. Crawford for three. Yes.
Good all the way.
3.5 left to go. Humber up 22.
Sydney Crawford now with 6 points here this afternoon.
That pass picked off by Kia Watt coming the other way. Going to Crawford. She'll try it again from the corner. No, not good this time.
Good looking shot, just off the mark though.
Baptiste picks off a pass now. Humber doing such a great job of getting back on defense. That play just got away from Tasia Wareham. But a good attempt there by Brittany English to try and find her underneath the hoop.
As a look at Fanshawe's head coach, Bill Carrier, a bit frustrated by the Falcons' last offensive possession, turning the ball over. And here's Fanshawe on offense.
Some good ball movement there, but missing on the shot. Crawford comes up with that rebound. English. Clark on the inside, guarded by 2. Almost loses that one, but Wareham coming up with it.
10 seconds on the shot clock. Yeah, Wareham was fouled there. A bit of a late whistle.
The foul is on number 14, Michaela Howard. Personal foul number 2.
Howard second.
Team foul number 3.
Checking into the game for the Falcons, Grace Shea and Shanti Senton. Wareham with 2 shots.
Makes her first.
Correction, team foul number 4.
So Fanshawe just one foul away from putting Humber into the bonus this quarter. Crawford almost coming up with that rebound. Good active hands underneath the hoop. Fanshawe looking to cut down this 23-point lead. Going inside, another pass almost picked off. 3-pointer, no, way long. English coming up with that one, knocks it off her opponent, Michaela Howard, and she gets possession.
Heads up play there by English. And just about 2 minutes left in quarter number 3. Hawks on cruise control a bit here, Andrew, just really operating with a healthy lead, and not much changed on that front here in the third quarter.
Clark's 3 attempt, no good. Crawford went for that rebound, couldn't come up with it. Howard coming now the other way. Handoff. Looking for space down low. Humber closing out well, though. Past the outside, three-point attempt by Kendallin. No good off the backboard. Kiwat now quickly the other way, trying to weave her way through traffic. Puts it up, gets fouled, and will shoot two.
That was Michaela Howard who picked up the foul there. That's three fouls for Howard.
Howard and Shea both with 3 fouls in this one, so they're in a little bit of foul trouble down the stretch. Humber now in the bonus for the remainder of the third quarter for the last minute and a half.
Yeah, we just saw the Falcons send another player to the bench because she had picked up 4 fouls, so starting to see that become a bit of a storyline, and that really does complicate the comeback effort when you have to start kind of watching those fouls.
Especially when they're from some of your top players. Wareham turnaround shot, that's good. 25-point lead here for the Humber Hawks.
Great look there from Wareham, nice looking turnaround shot.
Wow, great strip there by Sydney Crawford, but she stepped out of bounds, gonna stay Falcons ball.
That was a beautiful steal. It's just her momentum had her kind of walking out of bounds there, but yeah, don't take away from the nice stop. Now 16 seconds on the shot clock as Fanshawe inbounding on their baseline.
That's going to quickly go the other way to Humber. Minute 14 left to go in the third. It's a 9-possession ball game here for the Hawks. Ten seconds left to go in the shot clock. Baptiste 3 is up and no good. Rebounded here by the Falcons. Cotton coming up with it. Pass it back to Kendallin, no good. English. Nice no-look pass to Wareham for the long 2, no good. Called off as English is gonna get called for the charge.
Yeah, 2 Falcons took the brunt of the impact there from English. She doesn't like the call, but it will uphold number 2. That's the second foul for Brittany English.
Humber doing a good job not taking any fouls, or not taking too many fouls, I should say, this quarter. Passing the inside, puts it up, no good. That shot by Shea. Foul on the play. It's going to be against then Allison Cotton of Fanshawe, so Humber's going to shoot free throws. 2, in fact, from the line. Makes her first. Two and a half second difference, shot clock, game clock. Fanshawe's going to want to get something going quick here, though. Going inside, shot no good. Gets her own rebound, though, and Shea gets that put back to go.
10 seconds left here. What can the Hawks cook up?
Crawford looking for an outlet. 5 seconds to go. Clark, turn around, 3 seconds. She's going to have to put something up. Can't get that one to go. Fanshawe's defense holding up there tight at the end, but they still trail 71-46, and that's a 25-point lead for the Humber Hawks as we head into the final frame.
Yeah, it's really just kind of been a bit of cruise control for Humber. They established such an impressive lead in that first half, and things did kind of gear down, right? We talked about how things really did slow down in that latter couple of minutes in that first half, but really we just seen much of the same here in quarter number 3. Back and forth play, and Humber has grown that lead. And let's take a look at some of those highlights from quarter number 3. And really, it's been some of the usual suspects for the Humber Hawks. Crawford, beautiful looking 3 right in front of our broadcast table here, in front of the Fanshawe bench.
And Crawford's been such a key piece coming off the bench here for the Humber Hawks this season. Her defense, her 3-point shot there from range, unbelievable. Everything seems to be working here for the Hawks through this one. Really, they found their scoring game again as that third quarter went on, and really they just got to play some tight defense. Just don't let those mistakes pile up, and they should be cruising to victory here this afternoon.
Yeah, so after 3 quarters of play, Andrew, you mentioned the word cruise. We have, for the Fanshawe Falcons, leading the way in scoring, 15 points for number 12, Allison Cotton. She's shooting 7 for 15 of her field goals. A couple of rebounds in there as well, 9 rebounds. So a strong outing from Allison Cotton, as we expected to see. She, coming into this game, Cotton, the #1 scorer for the Falcons, so that rings true today. And Andrew, for Humber, leading the way also with 15 points, Brittany English, who has, like you said, been quite a star coming off the bench here. As she really missed a lot of games due to injury, but she's plugged back in here and seamless re-entry to this Humber Hawks team and leading the way here today.
Yeah, absolutely, and you got to be happy with her performance. 15 points in just 18 minutes of game time. All of them off the bench, of course. And she's a sight for sore eyes for this Humber squad. Great to have her back. Great, especially from kind of that 3-and-D kind of player that we like to talk about in basketball. And hopefully he's going to help lead this team to bigger and better things as we get closer and closer to playoffs. We still got 1 quarter left to play here, about 10 minutes left to go, just under that actually.
The men's teams take the floor after this. 3 o'clock scheduled tip-off time for the Humber and Fanshawe men's teams to go at it. The Hawks, for the first time this season, the men's team have lost 2 in a row, so that'll be an interesting matchup there for Humber to get back on the winning track.
Yeah, kind of been a back-and-forth season for those for that men's team so far. Kind of win-loss. Couldn't really get a streak going.
But a great end to 2022.
Yeah, exactly.
Not a great start to 2023, as a lot of players have re-entered the fray and maybe still trying to figure out that rhythm with a couple new faces in the mix.
Yes, still kind of a transitional year from that team with all the seniors that played their last game with the team last year, which culminated in that national championship. So kind of got to start from square one almost.
Had their bright spots. We'll see how the Humber men's team season continues to take shape right after this matchup as the Humber Hawks back on offense here.
There's still a few games left to figure this out. Off Kaya Clark's head. Gets that ball, shoots it, no good.
Off the heezy, as we used to say on the playground.
10 seconds left. Humber should just be content to take their time here with this sizable lead that they have accumulated.
1 second on the shot clock. I don't think Watt knows it. She doesn't, or Clark did not have much of a sense of urgency there.
Yeah, Coach A.J. Sharma not happy with that one. Took him a little bit too much time to get set up after that offensive rebound was won.
Seemed like the awareness of the shot clock was not there that time.
Corner 3 is good. Number 2, Jessica Jordan.
Now she's 4th on this Fanshawe team in scoring, and so far tonight she's picked up 3 points. 5 points? No, 3 points. I had it right the first time.
Chateau hook shot. No good. I believe she's going to get called for the charge here.
The foul is on number 7, Nicole Chateau. Personal foul number 1, team foul number 1.
Nicole Chateau earlier in the season was getting into foul trouble, but her only picking up her first here this afternoon. Good to see.
Physical defense by Humber that time, and that's going to draw the whistle.
Yeah, physical play slowly been cranking up as this game's been moving on. These players are just a little bit more sick of each other as this one continues to go on.
Same thing happens with me and you in the broadcast booth right now. Nothing but love for you, Andrew Milani. Who knows, maybe we'll keep the party going after the men's game. Some NFL playoff football.
Oh, hell yeah.
Good matchups today and tomorrow.
Calling any upsets this weekend, or?
Well, we got the Jaguars and Chiefs for the first game this afternoon. And tonight, what's the night game?
Philadelphia and the Giants.
Philadelphia and Giants, some great classic NFL matchups. And you got the Cowboys and
49ers are the night game
49ers.
tomorrow. And then
Come on now.
we have Buffalo and Cincinnati.
Look out. Bonnick shooting some free throws here. Bonnick could get to the double-digit mark. She's got 9. Could make it 10 with this shot.
She makes it.
Bonnick, a fan favorite. Second-year player by way of Brampton. Stands 5'9", averaging 12.7 points per game.
Good three-point attempt there, created by a lot of good ball movement there by the Falcons. Pick up the rebound and scoring off of it. It's Grace Shea. Well, the bright spots here for the Falcons this afternoon. Bonnick working inside, gets her own rebound. Nice no-look pass to Nicole Chateau, can't make that one. Picks up a pass there, and she makes that one, no mistake by Nicole Chateau there.
And her father, athletic director for the Humber Hawks program, Ray Chateau, was jumping for joy in the crowd that time, and for good reason. That was a good-looking play by Nicole, and the quick bucket off the steal.
Grace Shea having trouble putting that ball in the bucket there, but we get a whistle.
Now, Andrew, a lot has been made by us of the rebounding dominance by the Humber Hawks this season, #1 in the province in total rebounds. And leading the way, Kaya Clark. She averages 7.5 rebounds per game, but right behind her, player we were just talking about, number 22 for Humber, Marley Bonnick, averaging about 7 rebounds per game. And that's really, in addition to the scoring, been a huge factor for the Humber Hawks in their undefeated season thus far.
Yeah, you control that rebound, you control possession for, well, at least the next little bit, right? So, very important.
Grace Shea with some free throws, and Shea now up to 15 points for her team tonight.
Kiowa gets the screen, backs off. Tried to look for a lane inside, ball gets knocked away. It's going to stay Humber ball. 9.8 seconds left to go on the shot clock.
You know, give credit to Grace Shea. Her team is in a bit of a hole right now, but number 22 for Fanshawe has got 15 points on the night. She's been fighting hard, too, and matched up a lot of the time against Marley Bonnick, the other number 22 out here tonight. It's been a fun battle to watch, and Grace Shea's been doing pretty good.
Another Fanshawe foul. Taya Spears picking up her first foul. Each team had 2 team fouls this quarter. Quick inbound pass to Sarah Bapti, and not a lot of resistance there. Makes that easy bucket. Fanshawe just trying to cut into this 24-point lead. That's a full 8 possessions. Ball knocked all over the place. English saving it from going out of bounds. But the shot clock will run out on the Falcons, and that's a 24-second violation right as Grace Shea was getting ready to put that one up.
Yeah, that was a scrambly possession. Humber just really putting up the pressure on their defensive stand, and eventually Fanshawe finding the ball back after a couple of mishandles, but just no more time left on the shot clock. About 6 minutes to go here in regulation. Humber up by 24.
Bapti, nice pass to Wareham down low. Yes. 26-point lead now for the Hawks.
Tasia Wareham now with 7 points.
Foul called on that play will be against Nicole Chateau.
That time it was first-year player for Fanshawe, Sarah Turner, driving with the ball inside. Good look. No points, but Fanshawe does hang on to the ball here.
No good that basket. Wareham jumping up for that rebound. Baptiste, nice outlet pass for Brittany English, and she makes that one. Great vision there by Sarah Baptiste. Ooh, Baptiste hitting the deck. Slow to get up.
Yeah, looked like number 15, Baptiste for Humber, limping a little bit, and yeah. That's one thing about Baptiste, though. She's not afraid to dive for that ball, and you know, she's on the hardwood a few times, and it's really an indicator of just how much effort she's putting into loose balls, and just a integral player for Humber's whole mojos, Sarah Baptiste.
English is a little too strong on that attempt. Went off the backboard, couldn't get that one to bounce in. Fanshawe in possession now. Oh, the ball almost got caught with the referee there.
You don't see the ball go in between the ref's legs very often, but it did that time.
It happens once in a while, yes. That's a lively ball here we got this afternoon, I suppose.
Sarah Turner with the bucket for the Falcons.
Steal there. Howard coming up with that one. Fanshawe the other way, caught underneath the hoop. Gonna kick it outside. 3-point attempt, no good. Didn't touch the hoop, will stay Fanshawe ball. 12 seconds left to go on the shot clock.
Yeah, it looked like Maisel Del Mundo got a piece of that ball before it went out of bounds.
And 4:01 left to play in this ball game. Humber up a big 26 points. Falcons taking a timeout here.
Hey, the teams are in the huddles here, Andrew, and it really is continuing to shape up like Humber is just going to be able to cruise through to their 11th win of the season. Now we have a replay coming up, and I don't think it's going to be of one of the Fanshawe players who just went to go sit down on the bench, missed her chair, and fell down. No, it's Brittany English off the glass, a nice quick transition point for the Hawks, and there's a good look at AJ Sharma with Taja Wareham on the right, and Sydney, don't call me Cindy Crawford, on the left, and over there it's Fanshawe. And it's just been a kind of night for the Falcons where Humber got off, Andrew, just such a hot start. Really set the tone and really started early in the first quarter. We're really establishing a healthy lead, and things did kind of grind to a halt, but Humber has really hung on to that lead, and it doesn't look like things are going to change, barring a dramatic reversal of fortune here. But it's just been that kind of season for the Humber Hawks, and it continues here tonight. Dominance and perfection thus far, undefeated on the season.
Yeah, just being carried by that offensive explosion they had there early in that first half, and that's been enough. English quickly up court to Crawford. Yes, that's good. 8 points on the game for Sydney.
I think the trainers are going to be busy post-game. I think a lot of players are coming up limp, and ice bags are going to be a hot commodity after this game.
Two teams here, like usually near the top of the OCAA, some very good sports schools. So a lot of familiarity here between these two.
A tenacious battle between these two teams. The battle of the birds never disappoints, Andrew Milani.
It never does.
In the game for Humber, Jolisha Allen, number 11 for Humber, seeing some minutes here late in the game.
Wareham, tough turnaround shot there. She makes that. 28-point lead. So we've now entered 10 possession territory here.
Allen feeds it to English.
Del Mundo for three. No, couldn't make it to the hoop. 3 minutes left to play.
Allen putting on some pressure for Humber. as the Hawks now retreat on defense. 2:45 left here in the game. Looks
So
like
basket.
double dribble call there. Tasia Wareham checks out, and into the game for Humber, Danielle Romani.
Expect to see Humber to run out the shot clocks here for these last few possessions.
Danielle hands it off to Del Mundo. Now English with the three.
English coming up with that one. Whistle blown. It's going to be a foul against Fanshawe. Could be on Jessica Jordan. Jordan's first foul. Or excuse me, it's going to be on Sarah Turner. Each team staying at 4 team fouls. Crawford's three hits the front of the hoop, no good. Falcons coming the other way with just over 2 minutes left to play in this match.
So you see Humber now, as is Fanshawe, a lot of those starters now out of the game, which is, got to think, good strategy. It seems like there's been a couple players near injuries here, a lot of people hitting the hardwood, so good for Humber with the healthy lead to give some of those players a rest here late in the game.
Danielle Romani checking into this one.
And for Fanshawe, another free throw coming up for Shanti Senton, one of the first-year players for Fanshawe. Crawford still in the mix for Humber.
Quick three-pointer attempt, no good. Jaleisha Allen trying to get herself started offensively here today. That shot's good. Shantae Senton. Crawford calling out a play. English for three, no. Rebounded by Shea, pass it up. Fighting inside was Jordan, no. Good defense there by Brittany English. Crawford now. Pass it to English. Goes back to Crawford, top of the key for three, wide open, no.
Rebounded by Sarah Turner.
We enter the final minute here of this match. Humber up a comfortable 25. Romani comes up with that one. English long pass the other way. Del Mundo, no. Bounce around that top of the hoop. Jordan for three, no. Del Mundo first on that one, but was met by Sarah Turner there. Jump ball called.
Yeah, heads up play by Del Mundo. She was on her back on the hardwood after taking the spill, but jumped back to her feet and able to get there for the jump ball. Humber possession now.
28 seconds to go, so just a couple offensive possessions left in this match. Crawford to English. Tries to put it up off the hoop. No good. Rebounded by Shea. She's coming up court, guarded by Crawford. But she takes advantage of that size mismatch with the field goal there.
Strong play from Grace Shea, who's had a good night. 19 points for number 22. And that will do it.
Humber's just going to run out the clock here. Humber coming up big in this one, 85-62. And they continue to roll through this second half of the season, keep that perfect record alive, and now stand at 11-0.
Andrew, player of the game, always given out here at the Hawks Nest. Who would you nominate for the player of the game for the Humber Hawks?
I'd have to say Brittany English. She was such a spark plug coming off the bench, giving scoring and defense. How can you go wrong? How about you, Matt?
I like English today. Great effort. I also think Always like Marley Bonnick and what she brings at both ends of the court. And here's the announcement. Number 4, Brittany English, the player of the game. No surprise there, finishing with 17 points. She's celebrating there, got a great shot. Great work by our HSN camera crew all game long, finishing off strong there.
Gotta love it here. Another great game in the Hawks Nest, and now we're not done yet. We got the men coming up here at around 3 o'clock. This one looks like it's gonna be starting on time. This one wrapped up in a good pace. So there's a look at some of the men's players getting ready to warm up here for this game, the second game of our doubleheader here at 3 o'clock this afternoon. There's a great one here, and I think we're just about ready to wrap it up here. For myself, Andrew Milani, our broadcast partner, Matt Hamill, and the rest of us here at HSN, thank you, and we'll see you at 3 o'clock for the men's game.